It is early access weekend for the war within. We do begin to go within.
To war within.
Yeah, I guess.
Within the war. Yeah, anyways.
War.
This is Gamers 2 Podcast, your weekly roundup of news and commentary and anything else that might pique our interest.
Like war.
The war within. We all have a war within. Some of us have a war within a planet.
Technically, all of us.
Are
when you really think about it.
Yeah. Are we in the planet or on the planet?
Calm down, Neil.
Okay.
I'm not too philosophical, too early. And technically on, I think. I don't think the ozone is considered part of the planet.
We ride the planet.
True. Pioneers used to
Or is
ride
it like a sea level thing? If you're below sea level, you're in the planet. Like, should that be the differentiator?
It's probably true, yeah. Probably technically. But most people ride in the planet. Or. That's a or. New releases. Hey, there they were. I'll bring up War Within next week.
All right.
It technically
it doesn't count. It's early access.
Yeah, like does that? I mean, we're gonna talk about it because I'm gonna talk about it. But like,
of course, as you do, you should.
There's no fun stories yet, really, other than no fun gossip stories. Just fun like technical problems and nothing bad. All things considered, a successful start.
Get the overarching feel of the expansion so far, and
I don't even know if I have that yet because I'm still not far enough in. Like I hit 80 in the second zone. So then there were 2 more zones I still had to go do.
Was that the intended?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's fair.
I'm not going to complain about it, but also I'm doing every quest in the zones and not just like the main story stuff. So that might be different for other people.
Yeah. It'd be interesting for someone to either analyze, or maybe it's like a developer that's been with Blizzard the entire time that could talk about it, but the evolution of like the zone design through the years, like, when we started, we had intended that you do literally every quest in the zone, and that's how you leveled up.
Right.
To now where it's like we've looked at all the data and we found that most players do 46% of all the quests in each zone. So we've experienced it. We've mapped it out. So if you do half the quests in the zone, you'll hit level 80.
But even then, it's not even. That coincides with another evolution. It's the evolution of how they tell stories.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is very much what do you define as the main story versus not.
Yeah, because then where do you put the main story?
Right.
Where do you put the main story beats? Like
those true, like the way that main story quests work now have not existed for the entire front half of WoW.
You know what? Generally, I just need someone to make like essentially the equivalent of a history book about WoW, and I would listen to it. Like something of the same caliber as the history books I listen to about like World War II or Julius Caesar or whatever. That's just like, this is the logistical evolution and the reasons why of the 30 years of WoW or whatever.
Yeah, because there's the entire first half and then some. I think the main storyline isn't identified in quests other than the main baddie.
Okay.
Like classic, you're like, I gotta kill Ragnaros. Okay. What does the rest of the world have anything to do with that? It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Burning Crusade, we gotta kill Illidan.
Okay.
The rest of it's just kind of, we're just waiting until we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Wrath, we gotta kill the Lich King. there are story beats that happen as you like finish zones and events that.
This is like the scene from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with fucking bats.
It's around somewhere. I can feel it. Fucking flies. The ideas around those, right? There's a couple like cutscenes, like the Wrathgate cutscene is a famous one, and a few others that are dealing with like story beats of the zone that start to lend you towards fighting Arthas and like certain patch things that start to have story implications. So it's that there is always a main story, but they didn't start identifying like you only need to do this. Like before, you had a quest chain, right? It was like maybe 18 quests, and it was all within the story around Wailing Caverns or something. To go all the way back to classic.
Oh,
I was gonna say somebody backfiring. What the hell's happening? So there was that, but now there is a quest chain that is meant to take you through the main levels of the campaign, just so you understand everything that's happening.
Yeah,
and then there's all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
more world. Well, yeah, okay. More organic world building, or just kind of just stuff? Do you think?
As far as the non-main stuff,
yeah,
world building, organic world building. There's definitely some. There's like there's chances, like say that you gave a shit about certain characters or something, that if they're not necessarily a main plot, that you're going to catch them in side stories, and that's where like the rest of their story may continue. So if you just don't do them, you won't know.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing, as far as like this is where we are, this is who we're dealing with, there's the baddie, this is what's happening in these worlds, then that's the main storyline.
All right, more WoW talk to come, I'm sure.
But in the meantime, we start with some headlines. Like number 1. Nintendo has confirmed it is retiring its free-to-play mobile Animal Crossing game, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, on November 28th, and replacing it with a paid version. Though the company stopped short of revealing what the new game will... What? How much it will cost, it did confirm that the new game will not contain any in-app purchases, nor an always-on internet connection. More is expected to be revealed in October of 2024. Players keen to maintain their progress will have their saves transferred over, and subscribed players will continue to be charged until October 28th.
I'm assuming October there is a Nintendo Direct planned. I think I've seen that rumor floating around.
If not in September, because they would do one then too.
Yeah. Number 2, Xbox has revealed new accessibility options for disabled players. This includes 3 new accessibility devices: the adaptive joystick, 8-bit Do Lite 2.4 gigahertz or 2.4 G wireless controller, and the BioWave Proteus controller, which has been developed in consultation with the gaming and disability community. 3D printable files for more customizable thumbstick toppers, and new Xbox feature Toggle Hold. The Xbox adaptive joystick is set to launch in early 2025 for around $30, while the 8-bit Do Lite, which has been designed for gamers with limited mobility, is live now and retails for $60. The Snap and Play BioWave Proteus, which offers over 100 million different combinations, is also available now, but it's a little pricier at $300. Xbox also says that it has launched a new Toggle Hold accessibility feature. Though only available to those in the Xbox Insiders program for now, the Toggle Hold is intended to make it easier to use a controller for people who have difficulty holding prolonged button presses. I did read that this was an effort to make accessibility controllers more accessible as far as the price goes, which is why There is one that is $30 and one that is $60.
Which is good. That's what they should be.
Because I think the original adaptive controller is $120, I think.
That sounds correct.
So
I was if you said anything above 100, I probably was gonna agree with you because I would have said 100 is my bad memory. Sorry, I was losing it in a tweet that the TSA put out that said peanut butter is a liquid, and I just don't. I don't know what to do with that information.
I don't know either. I don't think I agree with that.
No, neither do I. I believe it's a plasma, technically.
And it depends on what type of peanut butter.
That's true.
Because I've noticed I've been doing the natural peanut butters, which is really like, yes, it separates too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're the actual. You got to stir that back in.
Yep. Fucking TSA. You know what, TSA? Who the fuck are you to be telling us what a peanut butter is? All right.
That what you do your job.
Security theater. Okay.
Number 3, Microsoft has confirmed that subscribers who pay for its standard tiers of its Game Pass subscription service may not be able to play titles from its first-party studios up to 12 months or more after release. Microsoft confirmed in a recent Xbox Wire post that only the $12 a month PC tier and the $20 a month Ultimate tier will benefit from EA Play membership and access to Xbox's Day 1 titles. Instead, subscribers to Core at $10 a month and upcoming standard $15 a month tier will get a curated catalog of 25 high-quality games on console and hundreds of high-quality games on console, respectively.
Yeah, it's weird.
I know, it's really weird. Yeah. All console tiers will get online console membership, and all 4 tiers receive member deals and discounts. Still not a fan of them fucking up and doing this all weird.
No. Not a fan at all. You know what this... I know, like, when they made this announcement, I'm like, oh, you're copying Sony. No.
Right, you're doing what you shouldn't do.
Yeah. And it's the classic, like, race to the bottom, but in the opposite way. Like, it's not a competition of lowering prices to get customers. It's a competition of how much can we take away before people stop paying for it.
True.
Which seems to be the trend across everything.
Yep.
All right. Virtuos has acquired British indie game developer Third Kind Games. Virtuos says the acquisition will enhance its AAA co-development capabilities and establish a new foothold for Virtuos in UK. The buyout will not affect the game's management, as Virtuos says Third Kind, which employs over 70 people in Leamington Spa, UK, has worked on games like Fable, Forza Horizon 4, and Sea of Thieves, and will continue to be led by its 9 co-founders. Interesting. Okay. All of whom formerly worked at Activision. It says the team, quote, aims to double its headcount within 2 years, end quote, in response to growing client demand for more flexibility in game development models. Interesting.
It is interesting.
I have the move lately seems to be to support studios. Like everyone's like a support studio or starting support studios.
It reminds me of everybody. Well, this is a weird, I guess, comparison, right? But the whole joke of the movie, what is it, War Dogs or whatever?
Yeah.
And stuff where everybody's just started like during, but in that early 2000 post 9/11, the military contractor spiral that happened with everybody doing deals in the Middle East of, oh, we'll get you guns there, we'll get you, and it's just all of a sudden there's way too many, quote, military contractors.
And the whole thing is military contractors,
right? And you're like, so is every studio a support studio of a support studio? Like, do we just end up doing the Scooby-Doo meme of, let's see who you really are, a support studio?
Which, it's funny, I literally read an article today about the U.S. Navy having that same issue, because I didn't know this, but apparently they have outsourced to contractors essentially all of their like logistics stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like logistical supplies and stuff like that. And they're having issues keeping up because contractors aren't the military. They want to work a normal schedule and have time off and all the normal stuff. And the U.S. Navy's like, yeah, we need all this stuff 24/7. It's like, yeah, well, you have fucking people that you could have do this. Anyways, random intersection.
It was a really weird intersection.
It was. Story of my life. Story of my life.
But hey, I guess now we can sprint through the future game show from Gamescom.
Yes.
Because I am going to sprint through it.
Oh.
So y'all better buckle up.
That's what I was going to say. So I'd be like, buckle up, motherfuckers. Yeah.
Mars Attracts, a world premiere for the Park Builder set in the Mars Attacks universe, set to release in 2025.
Neat idea.
Spine got a gameplay trailer for the Gung Fu Brawler. The trailer was scored by Castlevania, 3 words, of John Wick fame. Spine on its way to PC and consoles soon. The Explorator is a shooter that blends handcrafted 2D animation with luscious 3D worlds. Explore a lost city and unravel its mysteries while blasting through an army of goblins. And demo is now available on Steam. Civ 7 is apparently we are starting to ramp up for announcements of Civ 7 things because we got multiple gameplay things. We had a full video breakdown during Gamescom opening live.
The event was actually called the Future Game Show as Gamescom presented by
Civ 7. That is true, yes. But a live action trailer to reveal that Gwendolyn Christie is going to be narrating Civ 7. The game will be released on February 11th, 2025 for PC and consoles.
It's the day after my birthday.
Black Myth Wukong is the only release that I should have told you about at the beginning of the show.
I did forget about that one.
So did I. But hey, if you like Journey to the West, it's out now on PC and consoles. And apparently has already sold 10 million units combined.
Yep.
Croak. World premiere trailer for Croak, a cartoon platformer from developers and animators with previous credits on Cuphead and Rick and Morty. On its way soon to PC. Monaco 2 is the sequel to the 2013 cooperative indie heist hit Monaco. A new gameplay trailer introduces protagonists, which is coming soon to PC. Raven's Watch, the next game from the team behind Curse of the Dead Gods, a cooperative action roguelike coming on September 26th. Zero Space, created with consultation from StarCraft professionals, a cinematic real-time strategy game where your choices will change the galaxy's fate. Coming soon to PC. Follow the light. It's important you say the colon, because otherwise it's just will follow the light, and that means, nothing. An atmospheric adventure game framed by harsh, weathered environments on its way to PC and consoles in 2025. Greedfall 2, The Dying World, the sequel to 2019's Greedfall, and is coming to Steam Early Access on September 24th. Akimbot, instead of Akimbo, get it, is a buddy cop platformer in the vein of Ratchet and Clank, coming August 29th for PC and consoles. Phantom Line, deep, creepy, inspired co-op anomaly hunting game coming soon to PC. Caravan Sandwich, we've already seen. This was announced during the Summer Games Fest, so we can skip that. Lord of the Rings of Power Season 2 is out next week. Rogue Waters, A tactical roguelike Pirate Odyssey coming to September 30th on PC. Dwarven Realms, an ARPG coming on. No, sorry, it's in early access right now. Full launch September 27th. Dimensionals. It's a roguelike deck builder with comic cutscenes and a demo. It's on Steam right now. Defuse is an FPS MOBA. Alpha coming in October. Bloomtown, a different story. A eerie turn-based pixel animated adventure game. PC, console, September, all on board. Allows you to play board games in VR with people. Exoborn, pretty sure we already talked about this. Fast Penguin. Rip-roaring party game Chaos of Fast Penguin. Debut. There's a lot of A's in it, so you gotta do it. During the show, it's Fall Guys with Flightless Birds. Lost Skies. Cooperative survival game where you set up shops on floating islands, soaring to PC soon. FGS Spa. Well, that's the Spotlight montage. Who gives a shit about that? Woohoo! We got End Zone 2, Tormenture, Swap Meet. That's
yeah.
Yep. Sea Power, Naval Combat in the Missile Age. Stormforge and Dark Sky. And then we get more Civ. Then we see Maui the Shapeshifter coming to PC. We see Atomfall, the other game from Rebellion, getting worked on right now. Rebellion also doing another Sniper Elite. Worshippers of Cthulhu getting a new trailer, game launching in October 21st, 2020. Spirit of the Samurai going toe-to-toe with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Starship Troopers Extermination coming October 11th. Los Pingueros is Mexican Penguins. Soon on PC and consoles. Indie Elevator Pitch is a submission to do things.
Yeah, it's like another montage.
Bionic Bay, a puzzle platformer set in an ancient world, coming in PC 2025. Echoes of Mistralia, an action roguelike with modular spellcrafting, coming soon to PC. Nightmare House Reimagined. It is a remake of the standalone Half-Life 2 mod, coming in 2025. God Save Birmingham, open world survival game set in 14th century Birmingham. You gotta deal with the plague, so have fun with that. Lost Eidolon's Veil of the Witch, demo up on Steam right now, early access in 2024. Section 13, I'm just hauling through this. This means a lot to nothing at this point. Section 13 is a twin-stick roguelike shooter set in a secretive facility full of deadly creatures. Launching early in 2025 for PC, PlayStation, Xbox. The Stone of Madness, a real-time stealth tactics game set in a Spanish monastery, coming to PC and consoles in 2025. Beyond Galaxyland, a retro-futurist fantasy RPG, coming on PC and consoles on September 24th. Ooh, montage. SteamWorld. Just yell montage. SteamWorld Heist 2 is out now on PC and consoles. Sunset Hills. You play as a novelist pup who travels the globe. You got glasses and a scarf.
Fancy as fuck.
Maybe it's your leash. I don't know. Out now on PC. Console release on its way. And PVKK, the name I'm not going to read because it's too fucking long and I don't know how to say it. That is the bunker simulator that we saw in Summer Game Fest. Squirrel with a gun, exactly what you think it is. One-Eyed Linko is a psychological horror experience coming soon. Retrieval is a cinematic horror adventure coming soon. Survival Machine. You gotta, deal with zombie hordes coming to PC. Truckful. Weight distribution driving simulator coming to PC. which is basically the cartoon version of Spin Tires.
Fucking wild.
Memoriopolis, I don't know. Immersive simulator, which you construct the ultimate city. August 29th. Skydance Behemoth, still getting talked about. November 14th. Nico de Rico, The Magic World. Is that a lion? But hey,
the fuck?
It is a mascot platformer with music by Donkey Kong Country's David Wise. Montage. Warden's Rising.
God,
an ARPG shooter.
Okay, at the end.
Mandragora. Side-scrolling Souls-like. Coming to PC and console. Post-Trauma. Silent Hill-inspired psychological horror coming to PC and consoles October 29th. And that's what you get for how fast I read through that.
That's all right. I don't think anyone is missing a whole lot. So, that means I got to pick one of these. All right, now we got Gamescom opening night live proper. And I'm just going to do everything announced. I don't think that covers everything. Like literally everything in the show. But whatever, fuck it. Borderlands 4 reveal trailer. Don't think there was a date to attach to that. It was just PC, PS5, Xbox Series.
I believe they said 25. That's it.
Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and they showed what was that level called?
I don't remember what she called it.
Oh, fuck.
Something.
Yeah, it was your typical Call of Duty wild craziness, like you go into a bunker.
Blackout? No,
it was oh my god, it's gonna drive me nuts. Whatever, doesn't matter. There was dirt bikes.
It was a cheesy name. It was just the name of a mission, so nobody for the most part, other than no Russian, I think, could tell me what the name of a mission in Call of Duty was.
Yeah. Do you have any strong feelings about it?
It just looks good. I just don't.
Yeah, it's in Call of Duty.
Yeah,
it's Call of Duty. Goat Simulator is getting remastered. That was a fun trailer.
They walk you through the what do they call it?
Money grab. Cash grab.
Yeah. Cash grab penitentiary.
That was cute.
Hit all the things of there's Skyrim, there's a remake of GTA, there's there was Arthas. Yassified
Arthas. Techland revealed Dying Light The Beast, which is actually I initially thought it was DLC, but it's a new game.
Oh, I thought it was DLC too.
Yeah, I thought it was too. This article's saying it's a new entry.
Oh, interesting. I mean, it makes sense. It's been far enough. But it looks like they were using the same world, so I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like a
part of, but not in.
They don't do like the mainline series because it's not numbered or whatever. I don't know. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero got a trailer. I don't understand Dragon Ball, so October 11th.
Looked like Dragon Ball.
Yep, October 11th it'll be out. King of Meat is a new co-op combat game where up to 4 players endure goofishly designed dungeons. The trailer featured Jeff Keighley.
Linked, which sounded like it was not voiced by Jeff Keighley.
I know, it did sound weird. Linked Banner of Spark is releasing into early access in October. It's a game. Lost Records Bloom and Rage reveals its first gameplay trailer and release date, which is February 18th. No More Room in Hell 2 got a gameplay trailer. It's a cross-platform multiplayer game which will allow up to 8 players to endure a dynamic and nightmarish experience fending off hordes of undead. Arc Raiders will be out next year. It's a free-to-play shooter. Infinity Nikki got a new trailer with signups for the live closed beta. Path of Exile 2's early access release was set for November 15th. Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 had a new trailer coming out September 9th.
Yep.
Dune Awakening got its first gameplay trailer.
I don't get it.
I can understand the allure of the concept. If you were to write it, Dune, MMO, okay. But when you really think about it, when you really dig deep in the sand, which was Nate's argument. How do you make an MMO in the fucking desert?
Permanently in the desert.
Permanently in the desert. We're not talking about like Black Desert Online here where it's in the name, where you play the game and it's like, oh, I'm not in a desert the whole time.
Not talking about Minecraft.
Yep, not talking about Minecraft. You're literally you're on Arrakis. Arrakis, famously a desert planet with spice, obviously.
It's got a flow.
So, I don't know. And something about it gives me like, it's a funcom game. It gives me like Sony, not old, so I guess they would be old Sony. It gives me Sony SOE MMO vibes for some reason. Like there's something about the animation and like just the look. Could be the game engine. It's just they're probably reusing the same game engine. But whatever. Anyways, Reanimal is the next project from the creators of Little Nightmares.
Yep, that makes sense. I know it was Cold Chill.
Okay.
That freak out was Cold Chill.
Oh.
And
having seizures over here.
Don't mind me.
Genshin Impact is arriving on Xbox on November 20th. Capcom had a trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds. Fatal Fury City of Wolves is out April 24th. This was a very interesting trailer with a lot of animated fan service. Monument Valley 3 is out in December as a Netflix Games exclusive.
I mean, did you ever play Monument Valley?
I did not.
I think I only played one. I don't think I played two. But this looked like it echoed that, and I was just like, yeah, all right, cool.
Netflix also confirmed that the first two Monument Valley games will arrive for its subscribers on September 19th for the first game and October 29th for the second game. Mecha Break got a gameplay trailer. It looked like a bunch of mechs fighting.
It did look like a lot of mechs fighting.
Yeah, there was a lot of lights. There was a lot of laser beams.
There were a lot of Gundam-looking things going around.
A lot of thrusters and metal dildos hanging off of robots.
Off of other thrusters.
Yep. Fire Access revealed its first gameplay look at Civ 7. The release date is February 11th. Starfield is still trying to stay relevant. They added a
rover.
Yeah, rover, dune buggy, whatever you want to call this thing.
I don't know, they called it Rev 8.
Yeah, Rev 8. And the Rev 8 is a free download available the night of.
So right
and then
now.
Shattered Space is coming out September 30th.
In case anybody's still playing Starfield.
Yes, which there's not a lot. Marvel Rivals is out in December 6th to be exact. It's a 6v6 team-based free-to-play shooter featuring Marvel comic characters. Have you any interest? Okay.
Overwatch with Marvel characters? No, I don't give a shit.
Prime Video announced Secret Level, an original series focusing on indies, new projects, and classic games.
I am intrigued.
an animated anthology which provides original stories on various games. Some episodes are expected to appear that focus on Sifu, Mega Man, Armored Core. I saw Kratos in there at one point.
Yep.
What else did we see?
Warhammer.
No Man's Sky, I think, was in there.
Yeah.
Warhammer was a standout. December 10th, that one will be available. Towerborn arrived on Steam Early Access, or is arriving on Steam Early Access next month, September 10th. Age of Mythology Retold is out next month and will be available on Game Pass at release, September 4th. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 got a gameplay teaser, and it's still on track for release next year. I'm sorry. Batman VR game got a new gameplay trailer. October release window, which is Batman Arkham Shadow. Little Nightmares 3 got a new trailer. No release date, though. And then we got a visit from good old Peter. How do you say his last name? Molyneux, I think is how you say it.
I've always said Molyneux.
Molyneux.
Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, that sounds right. When you say
Here
it like
to discuss Albion and the fact that legally I probably can't use that.
Masters of Albion, which I read an article. Apparently, he believes that you can't copyright Albion. It is what did he call it? God simulator?
Yeah, kind of, because you could play in God mode.
Yeah. I don't know. Crazy guy. Crazy game. Squid Game Unleashed was announced by Netflix Games. There will be a full release for Arena Breakout Infinite, which will be later this year. Early access, I believe. Unknown 9 Awakening is coming out October 18th. The main character is the actress that plays Yennefer in the Witcher series on Netflix. My iPad decides to take a dump on itself, so I have to reload the webpage. Good old Apple products are really giving me some fucking irritation lately.
I mean, that do be Apple.
Making me fucking think about doing my normal jumping ship out of their ecosystem for the next cellular device. All right, where was I? Talking about Yennefer. I should really know this woman's name. All right. Blizzard Entertainment revealed The War Within will have early access beta 2 days, which has already happened. And it teased a direct focusing on Warcraft. Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred got a new trailer, October release date. Why don't you scroll? The first Berserker Kazan will hold a technical closed beta on October 11th. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle got a release date of December 9th. And then a PS5 version is in development and will be out in spring of 2025. When that trailer started and it was showing gameplay, and Troy Baker was doing the voiceover,
yeah,
I was like, all right, he's not even trying. He just sounds like himself. And then they kept going, and then I was like, oh, he is just himself. He's talking as Troy Baker, not as not as Indiana Jones. I was like, at first I was like, this sounds like Troy. They didn't even try to cover him.
Yeah, no, there was no. It was just Troy talking as Troy, and I had that same reaction. I was like, they really just had him record this as, and then you hear him talking about how you are playing as Indy, and I was like, oh, if they made Indy talk in the third, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah. Mafia. The last thing announced, revealed, whatever you want to call it, was Mafia: The Old Country, with more details coming in December. You're a Mafia guy. You like
we'll
Mafia
see.
games.
I'm intrigued. I mean, I liked them until they did the remaster, and even 3 had a few like gameplay problems. So, but I enjoyed 3's story. I just didn't like what they kind of how they did their side quests.
Mm-hmm.
Their AI was terrible. You sat out one corner and just made sure watched the entire house empty out the front door to you. Pop around, do a little lean around the corner, kill all of them, and then just there's a whole pile of bodies, and you walk in the house, do what you need to do.
We'll see. I mean, I think it's very early because they showed it had the disclaimer that it was a what did it say? It said something like a game trailer rendered in engine or footage rendered in engine specifically for game trailer or something like that. So clearly, it's like not
right.
Yeah, it's not like ready for gameplay or anything like that. Cinematics. And that's it. That was it for opening night live. Did you have any standouts? Anything you were like? No surprises, really.
No real surprises. I was pleased by the few that we talked about. Right, I was excited with Indy. I was excited with Civ. Like none of the things that maybe caught me off guard. I was like, ooh, what's this? And like having to like write it down to think about it. It was more just like, oh yeah, I like these things.
Yeah.
The closest thing that caught me off guard probably was Dying Light. I wouldn't be expecting Dying Light.
Yeah, that's true. That one kind of came out of it, but not anything to go crazy over.
No, nothing that I'm like, I gotta go pre-order it.
Yep.
I'm skipping the awards.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just don't think we care.
Yeah.
The award season's over.
Agreed.
Too late in the year to be doing awards. Anyway, some stuff since the opening night live. Some stuff from the pre-show for opening night live.
Yeah, it was a little conflicting if it was shown at the pre-show or if it was announced after. I think it might actually be both. I think Roadcraft. We're going to talk about 2 games.
We're going to talk about 2, and we're going to talk about 2 that we are intrigued by.
Yeah.
So here we go. Focus Entertainment and Saber Interactive have revealed their next-gen construction simulation, Roadcraft.
Classic name.
In Roadcraft, players will take the helm of a company specializing in the restoration of industrial sites around the globe ravaged by natural disasters. Whether dealing with the aftermath of a devastating flood or a relentless sandstorm, your mission is to deploy an impressive fleet of construction vehicles to clear debris, reactivate dormant factories, and rebuild critical infrastructure like roads and bridges to revive the local economy. Features include rebuild devastated areas solo or in a co-op mode with up to 4 players in a simulation featuring advanced physics, operate more than 40 vehicles from bulldozers to construction cranes, work in various regions around the world on 8 maps, each 4 kilometers squared in size, manipulate materials such as wood, sand, or asphalt using Saber Interactive's new physics engine, construct new roads and bridges to facilitate movement across rugged terrain, plot point-to-point routes on your map, and guide your logistics convoys and recycle every piece of debris into reconstruction materials. How pumped are you?
I'm pretty jazzed. It's essentially SnowRunner or Spin Tires or Mud Runner, whatever you want to call it, as a sim. And the running joke in the community is that they're finally letting us fix the roads because, you play the games, the SnowRunner games or Spin Tire games or whatever, and you do all these things, all these objectives, moving material around, moving different equipment around, and you never fix the fucking roads. So, it's a thing. We'll see. I'm sure it won't be great. I expect it to be very just typical buggy and mediocre, but I'm sure it'll be enjoyable
everything
for a little while. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be enjoyable for a little while.
The best part will be when I find out that he has 8 vehicles out and they're all stuck.
Yeah.
Because he had to use one to get the other one.
Yep. There'll be like 5 cranes stacked up on each other or something.
Yeah. One crane half into the water because the other crane behind it is pulling it so it doesn't fall in, while the first one is retrieving the one that's in the lake.
The cranes just become pylons for like more support.
Start building a bridge over the top of the cranes because you just can't justify moving them.
Exactly.
I get it. And item 2. Rebellion Developments have announced Sniper Elite Resistance. According to the debut trailer, it will focus, at least partly, around the war front in France. It also stars Harry Hawker, a soldier previously used in co-op sessions as the second player's character, to assist longtime series protagonist Carl Fairburn. This time, however, Hawker is the star in a storyline set alongside the events of Sniper Elite 5. It has a full-length standalone campaign available in both single-player and cooperative play, and new weapons as well as fan favorites. Resistance is seeing the addition of propaganda missions, which are a brand new style of side mission to the series. Locate a unique propaganda poster in each of the main campaign's levels to unlock a propaganda mission where you become a resistance fighter. With time-sensitive objectives, players must sneak, snipe, and shoot, taking down enemies under certain conditions to complete their mission. Coming in 2025.
The propaganda missions to me sound like a way to sneak in like some sort of like almost like wave combat type thing. Or a play on it where it's just like, oh.
Or like just timed missions.
Yeah,
and like
just
putting a little bit more this goes back to the old Battlefield thing that I've always said I kind of wish existed again, where they had, I think it was Battlefield 4. I never remember if it was 4 or 3, but they had those missions you could do that were like the Spec Ops missions that you'd do with like 1 or 2 people. Mm-hmm. And the whole thing was like, do it quick, don't be seen, whatever, and achieve whatever the objective was. And I would sit on a couch with my buddy and we'd be split screen playing like ridiculously high, for us at the time, high difficult things of like where we needed to look and find cameras and take everything out, and it was just so much fun to do that.
Oh yeah, I love that shit.
Nerdy shit.
Yep. All right, rumor roundup. A leak by DEA Labs or DEA Labs suggests that the upcoming remaster version of Until Dawn could cost $60.
Gross, disgusting.
People are calling it the Sony tax.
Sony released the first Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Not at $60.
I don't know, man. They're greedy now. Jez Corden said that Sea of Thieves has sold over 1 million copies on PlayStation. I'm going to skip that one. We're going to come back to it. The PlayStation 5 is reportedly selling out in China following the launch of Black Myth Wukong. And then a Sega survey is asking players about Yakuza Like a Dragon, Yakuza / Like a Dragon, and celebrity cameos like Snoop Dogg, The Rock, and more. I have the list that they ask about. I'm going to hit you with it.
Okay.
Have you done the survey?
Nope. For reference, they do have multiple cameos already.
Okay.
Spielberg's in them. Michael Jackson.
I know the Michael Jackson one.
Buster Douglas.
So I have the complete list that they surveyed.
Karch Karai, I think.
Some of these people, I don't know who they are. Aidan Gallagher. Jack Black.
Isn't Aidan Gallagher the lead singer of... Or is that Liam Gallagher?
I don't know, man.
The lead singer of Oasis.
No idea.
Is that Liam? That might be Liam.
Jack Black. Hiroyuki Sanada. Lionel Messi.
Hiroyuki Sanada. That one I should know too, and I don't. For the record, not Messi. I know Messi.
Xavier Woods.
Up, down, down fan.
Hank Azaria. Danny Trejo.
Machete.
Minoyori Iwizaka. Rami Malek. Simone Biles. Dr. Dre. Frank Montana. Robert Pattinson. This is the most random list of people. Lady Gaga. Matthew Mercer. Shohei Ohtani. Keanu Reeves.
Shohei 110% for the record should be in the game.
I agree.
And Keanu. They both
You could have an awesome side quest with Shohei Ohtani where like you go to batting cages with him.
You end up in the batting cages all the time anyway. Just have him be a side character there showing you how to do it.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves, The Rock, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Vin Diesel, LeBron James, David Hayter, Seth Rogen, Kit Harington, Mark Hamill, Eminem, Ozzy Osbourne, Billie Eilish.
What a list.
They have you rank them all. There's 6 choices, and it's like your typical scale thing. Do not know who this is, much less interested, slightly less interested, and so on.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's the rumor roundup. Short rumor roundup, because a lot of the rumors became true once Opening Night Live
that's happened. Fair enough. Well, you know what that means? That it's time for questionable things that we didn't do full paragraphs on. Number 1, Ubisoft has made another round of layoffs, cutting staff from 2 of its U.S. studios. 45 employees have been let go across their San Francisco studio and Red Storm Entertainment, which is based in Cary, North Carolina. Sony has launched the MENA Hero Project, an incubator program which aims to identify and support local developers in the Middle East and North Africa games market. Steam reviews now show if the game was played on Steam Deck. What a stroke! What a stroke you had right in that one. Ubisoft has acknowledged an issue that is preventing subscribers from linking to its premium Ubisoft Plus subscription service on Xbox. Ubisoft is reportedly offering refunds to affected players since there is no specific time frame of when this issue will be resolved. Space Ape has shut down Rival Kingdoms, saying it had been a privilege to have run the RTS game penned by Rihanna Pratchett, for almost a decade. The developer said it had no plans to sell or transfer the mobile game to another company, revive it, develop a sequel, or permit players to play the game on private servers. Atsuko Tanaka, the Japanese voice behind iconic characters like Street Fighter's Chun-Li, Lara Croft, Bayonetta, and Tess in the Japanese version of The Last of Us, has died at the age of 61. As well as extensive video game credits, which include near replicant Kane, Tanaka also had notable roles in anime and other shows, including Motoko Kusanagi and Ghost in the Shell, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I almost blanked real hard on how to pronounce things.
Story of my life.
On release day, Black Myth Wukong was being played by 2.313 million concurrent Steam users, making it the best performing single-player game of all time by this metric on Steam, of course. Developer Game Science, via a marketing firm, has given a document to influencers and content creators demanding that coverage of Black Myth Wukong does not include COVID-19 references, politics, or feminist propaganda. Weird.
China.
In a recent press call, Epic CEO Tim Sweeney talked candidly about Epic Game Store's user acquisition methods. He acknowledged that whilst a few of its Epic Game Store exclusives worked extremely well, a lot of them were not good investments. Conversely, Sweeney said its free games program has been just magical and very economical. So, take from that what you will. Games industry performers have raised concerns of being asked to act out explicit sexual content without notice. In a recent report by BBC News, actors said that the cultural secrecy around projects results in scripts not being shared until the day of filming.
Tell me to do some?
Yeah.
Number 11, Avowed developers have confirmed that 30 FPS was always the target, and it has more than 10 endings.
I always loved the... No, that was always the target. We didn't fuck up and not be able to achieve 60.
Yeah. We always wanted 30 FPS.
We always wanted it to be worse than it could be.
For the artistic value.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure the artistic value is actually like 27 or something.
Yeah, 24 point something.
Yeah, well, you fucking weird millimeter camera shooters.
Christoph Hartmann, Amazon Games boss, said this about Lord of the Rings MMO they are working on. Quote, "We're still trying to find the hook. Find that idea of what it is, because we don't just want to go and do the same thing over," end quote. Again, Christoph Hartmann said he believes the addition of AI to game development workflows won't impact jobs, partly because, quote, we don't really have acting, end quote. What a fucking take, my guy. Over a week before the full release of the game, a user is streaming Star Wars Outlaws on the platform Kick. Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced its TGS 2024 plans, which include a real Astrobot gacha machine. Kojima Productions is set to hold a special stage event for Death Stranding 2 at TGS. Phil Spencer talking about Indiana Jones being announced for PlayStation, quote, going to PlayStation announcement, obviously, last spring we launched 4 games, 2 of them on Switch, 4 of them on PlayStation, and we said we were going to learn. I think at the showcase, I might have said that from our learning, we're going to do more, end quote. 2K and Fire Access has announced, I think we already mentioned this actually, that Gwendolyn Christie is the narrator for Civ 7.
Yep.
The Game Awards 2024 has been set for Thursday, December 12th. And then finally, Star Wars The Acolyte was canceled after 1 season.
Yeah, and all merch removed and everything.
Yeah. The full, so they can write it off.
Yeah, that very much quickly became, do they know they fucked up?
I don't think
they fucked up.
I don't think they understand I don't think they know what they're doing at all. Did you see how much the Acolyte cost to make?
I think it was in the triple digits, but that's all I know.
Yeah. I can't remember the exact amount, but I do know what it was referenced against. Season 1 of The Acolyte, which is 8 episodes, 12 episodes? It's definitely not more than 12 episodes. The budget for season 1 of The Acolyte was more money than the first Dune movie. And it only cost $10 million less than the budget for the second Dune movie. Which, if you look at just visually,
yeah,
totally wild. I don't know, like everyone online I've seen, it's just like, what did they spend the money on? Because they didn't do any on location shooting.
Right.
The costume and sets and stuff were okay.
Not that much though.
There's no story whatsoever. Like there's a story, but it's terrible. And then people are like, well, when you're paying like all the one thing I saw is people were saying, well, they paid these no-name actors 5 times what they normally would make, and it was like, that seems weird. Well, I don't know, whatever, just craziness, Disney.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
That's all I got. It's been 7 days. What have you been up to?
Absolutely nothing.
Perfect.
I got nothing exciting to add.
I love that.
What do you got? Playing WoW.
I'm playing WoW.
How are you feeling so far about it?
I
know it's too early to give it a firm.
So far, I'm enjoying it. No, oh, excuse me. Could still be a little bit of honeymoon, but it's still enjoyable to be in a different place doing different things, and a couple of the zones, like Hollowfall is a zone, it's like beautiful. So it's fun and doing new things like that and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But me playing Boomkin is fucking painful. I'm not happy.
I have seen some, like in passing, I think, maybe a meme or two, or some references that it's like one of the worst for this expansion.
Yeah, so we'll see. I genuinely think it's fixable. It's just, will they and how long? Like, maybe it doesn't get fixed for season 1, which means that, okay, it's just out until season 2. Like, I'm just not playing. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Then that sucks, but whatever.
I feel like it's been weak for a while now.
It depends on what you mean by that and who you talk to.
Okay.
And yada, yada, yada.
Well, I feel like
I would say
in some cases that can be a good thing, because that generally means there should be an upswing.
I would say it's been relatively okay okay to good for the majority of the last 2 expansions.
Okay.
in terms of like what it does and whatever. Would I say it's ever been meta in M plus, which is the only thing I care about? In Raid, it hasn't been meta except for once in those last two or last, I guess technically it's the last three if I'm going through Shadowlands. I can think of it happening once where it was like, yes, you really want them then. And that was a mistake of Venthyr Boomkin. But then they just, in terms of like dungeons, they weren't ever meta.
Mm-hmm.
Just other things exist that are just so much better at what that needs that they're just not gonna be. Not to say that they couldn't be with like changes or whatever, but they're just not. They're not your meta DPS players that you're gonna bring. You're gonna bring 3 other ones.
Mm.
So, doobie what a doobie.
Fair enough.
Yep. So just playing that and still going.
Nice.
Yeah. But all right then. We shall see you all in 7 days. Toodaloo. Bye bye.